Situational awareness. We see it on the internet, we read about it. Every time you look up a self-defense class or anything you want to read on self-defense, the first thing you see is situational awareness. We hear it, we see it, we read it, but do we really truly understand it? A lot of people say, I'm aware. Well, yeah, you're aware of your immediate surroundings. You're aware of what you're doing at that moment. If you're on the phone or a computer or whatever it is, that's what you're aware of. You're not aware of the expanded areas outside of that. We have to practice that skill. It's a skill level that's not natural. It won't come natural to you to be aware in that sense. We've been softened in our lives. We don't have to be so aware so much, but now we have to get that skill level back. It does take some training. It takes some practice with it. And if you know the color code of awareness, it goes from white to red, and there's black that's in there too. But you don't want to go to white at all unless you're in a very safe place. But you want to be somewhere in the yellowish orange because at all times when you're out and about, because if you're always in red, you're going to go crazy. You can't go from one end to the other that fast. You got to stay in the area where you're paying attention to your surroundings. And I bring this up because I used to do inmate extraditions prior to retirement, or just after retirement. And I had to go pick a guy up in El Paso, Texas, and drive him back to Ohio because he was wanted for the brutal rape of two young girls in a hotel room. Him and three of his buddies decided to grab these little girls who were walking down the hallway to get a drink out of the soda machine, and pulled them into a room and brutally raped them. They were working on the hotel. They were drywallers working on the hotel room. The individual I picked up in Texas, they were all working construction in the hotel they were at. They were doing the drywall work. The guy that I picked up in Texas was deported 2 times prior to this. The other 2, I'm not sure, that was picked up in Florida and the other in Arizona. The one that stayed behind in Ohio, he's the one that ratted everybody out. So when I transported him back, he thought I was going to kill him because we said what parents would have done down in Mexico. I was like, no, I'm going to take you back to Ohio so you can be tried for your crime. But I'm not here to talk about the extradition or what happened there. What I'm here to talk about is you need to be aware of yourself and those who aren't skilled enough to be aware. These little girls left that room to go get a drink. They were young teenagers. All they wanted to get was something to drink. They didn't want to be attacked. They didn't go out there to do anything specific. They weren't out sneaking out or partying. And even though all those things would never be their fault, whatever happened to them was not their fault. I don't care what anybody wants to say out there. I don't care if people say, well, if they had stayed in the room, it wouldn't happen to them. I don't care. It's not their fault. They don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. And you need to stay aware when you're out traveling, you're with your family. Stay aware, be aware at all times. Even for them, it's a skill that a parent has to learn, just to watch each other and just to watch their kids, because sometimes the kids don't have that skill. So learn situational awareness. Pay attention to your surroundings, not just your immediate surroundings or what you're doing at the time. Just keep your eyes open, keep your head on a swivel. Stay safe.